Led Zeppelin is one of rock's biggest bands, and Elvis is one of the most famous men in rock history. Both musical acts are featured in my vinyl collection, and Can't Help Falling in Love was one of the first songs I learned on guitar. So what happens when the king of rock and roll meets one of rock's biggest bands? Let's find out. Eat your heart out, Van Gogh. I'll hold no grudge from the past, because you know if you ruin your chance at having my presence once again, I'll flee in a dash. Today is Sunday. My name is Seth, and I'm here to make your Sunday as spectacular as possible. On today's episode, we are talking about the story of how Led Zeppelin made contact with Elvis Presley. This is going to be a very interesting story within rock music, but before we get into it, let me know in the comments down below, which nation do you think did more from rock music? United States or Britain? With that in mind, let's get into today's video. Elvis Presley and Led Zeppelin first made contact when Led Zeppelin showed up to an Elvis concert in Los Angeles in 1974. Elvis interrupted the set of his show just so he could call out the band in the audience. Elvis is quoted to have said, "Wait a minute, if we can start together, fellas, because we've got Led Zeppelin out there, let's try to look like we know what we're doing, whether we do or not." Elvis and Led Zeppelin would hang out for about an hour and a half, and they would spend most of that time talking about music. Before they parted, Elvis asked for autographs from each member of the band, and he was planning on giving them to his daughter, Lisa Marie. Another time that Elvis and Led Zeppelin would meet was at Elvis's mansion, Graceland. Elvis had decided to pull a prank on the drummer of Led Zeppelin, John Bonham. Elvis eyed Bonham down, dropped his sleeping pants, and told Bonham, "Let's swap pants." It's easy to say that the offer was not accepted. If you're enjoying today's episode so far, then please give it a like and share it with your loved ones. If you want to see more of the stuff that I post, you can go down in the description box down below. There you will find the links to my other social media accounts, as well as my LinkTree, which houses all of them. Some of these accounts are my X account, or Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website. And if you want to support me and the content I make, then feel free to donate to my Buy Me a Coffee or my PayPal. Or, if you want to support me another way, you can buy a copy of one of my books. I have 2 books out, From the Mountain and The Vicious Rose. They are both poetry compilations. And with that in mind, let's get back to the video. The last time that Elvis and Led Zeppelin would meet was at the Baltimore airport in 1977, shortly before Elvis's death. Elvis's private plane, the Lisa Marie, was sitting next to Led Zeppelin's plane, the Caesar's Chariot, which was being chartered from the Paradise, Nevada casino, Caesar's Palace. David Stanley, who was sitting next to Elvis and was Elvis's brother-in-law, had asked if he could go see Led Zeppelin live in concert that night, and Elvis had said no. Later on, Stanley had complimented Led Zeppelin's plane, and Elvis was as quoted as saying, "They leased their jet from Caesar's Palace. I own mine." You really can't argue with the king of rock and roll. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet episode of A Spectacular Sunday. If you have any future topic ideas for the show, please leave them in the comments down below. This is Seth the Mountain, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye!